The Fever are finally surviving and thriving without Caitlin Clark. Just a week ago, the Indiana Fever stared down yet another wave of setbacks after finally getting superstar guard Caitlin Clark back into the fold. In just a couple of days, the team went from earning an impressive June 24th road win over the Seattle Storm to waiving marquee free agent forward DeWanna Bonner over an on-court fit issue on June 25th, putting Clark back on ice with a new groin injury on June 26th, and blowing a home lead to the struggling Los Angeles Sparks to fall to 7-8 on the season on the same day. The loss amplified a lack of late-game resolve that had plagued the Fever even after Clark's return. Indiana was talented, no doubt, but it struggled to maintain leads and weather adversity in crunch time. Losing Clark again and losing to the Sparks in the same day cemented that this Fever team just couldn't catch a break. However, in the last 3 games, the Fever seemed to have finally figured out how to survive and thrive with Clark on the bench. The team blew a lead against the Dallas Wings on June 27th, only to regain it for a pivotal road win, stunned the Minnesota Lynx on the road in the Commissioner's Cup final with a double-digit win on Tuesday night, and finally broke a 16-game losing streak to the Las Vegas Aces at home on Thursday. The Fever's 3-game win streak leaves them with a 9-8 record, the Commissioner's Cup to add to the shelf, newfound rigor on defense, and a boatload of confidence that it can dominate good teams without Clark in the lineup. It's the kind of potentially season-altering stretch that could further ignite this team to its preseason expectations, especially once Clark gets healthy and can go back to drilling 3-pointers on the regular. Beating the Lynx without Clark on the road for mid-season hardware felt like a turning point for the franchise, one that has put forth plenty of splashy highlights since Clark's arrival, but has yet to prove it can consistently win even with her on the court. The Fever's 2025 season has been anything but consistent, but getting Clark back from injury feels like the last major domino to fall for this Indiana team to potentially click into place and establish itself among the WNBA's upper echelon this season. Clark's superstar power keeps the Fever in the national conversation even when she's not playing, but players like Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Lexi Hull, Ari McDonald, Sophie Cunningham and Sydney Colson are proving that life doesn't have to be so bad without the franchise face on the court. McDonald's ascent from hardship contract player to starting point guard when Clark is hurt has been a definite win for the franchise, especially considering the failed Bonner signing paved the way for McDonald's rest-of-season deal. Coach Stephanie White has put forth 2 coaching masterclasses in the last week against Minnesota and Las Vegas, 2 of the best-coached teams in the entire league. Her defensive scheme has smothered some of the best offenses, and her offensive game plan just looks so much sharper than it did a couple of weeks ago.